So I had a video for Friday, and it was all done up, and we might attach it to our email. But the caveat was I was hoping Cruising in Style did well, and as those of you who watched last night, he didn't. It's pretty obvious what was wrong. I knew starting into the backstretch. It was weird because, you know, this horse races well, has raced well, and the way the race shaped up, I really thought I was in good position. One of the only horses I thought I really had to put it on in the race was first over into my rearview mirror. At that point, I'm thinking the horse that's being towed up into the race might be a problem. I wasn't overly concerned about the horse behind me. The horse first over was one I wanted to really put a nail into, and it was really shaping up well. But Cruising ended up a little bit sick, and it's odd. Young horses like that, you can tell, because they try right until they get exhausted. He really showed me no signs that we weren't in good shape until we weren't, and it's odd. Usually with aged horses, you can tell going behind the gate something's not right. You know, they're acting a little odd, they're acting a little uncomfortable. But with this guy, he seemed awesome right up until he was done, and that was at the 5/8 pole, and he completely walked after that. So we, hi Ollie. So we had to, my God, it's hot in here. So we had to abandon ship. Not much you can do. I just let him finish up his mile as easy as he could, and we'll take it from there and get him under control. With me today, now it's great. Ollie. So here's how my night went on Friday night. Friday morning, Friday morning we qualified 11 babies. We schooled one. We'll talk about that in a little while. We get in the car. I jumped in the shower in the driver's room, washed off, drove 4.5 hours to Tioga Downs, raced Cruising in Style, and then Andrew put me on one of his horses in the 8th race. I drove it also. Thought it was all right, so we had a bite to eat. Jeff Grell owns this place, and I'd emailed Jeff, and he got us some reservations at the dining room. It was really nice. Thank you, by the way. And for those of you who haven't been to Tioga, that's an unbelievably first time I was ever there, and I can really see why everybody that goes there says, well, how beautiful it is there. The food was good, the atmosphere is good. They had a water slide and a pool in the first turn for the kids, which was really, really cool. Ollie was really pumped, Ava was pumped, so that was the biggest reason we went with them. So they played in the pool, I raced the horses, I got run over. So then we went and got something to eat, and I drove home. We got home at 3:05 in the morning, just after 3 o'clock in the morning. Kids slept the whole way home. We get in bed, slept till 8:15, got up, came here. Ollie had baseball at 10:30. So I trained Twinsburg, because we're taking a few horses over to the clinic next week, and I just wanted to get a little handle on where I thought she was off and what was wrong with her. So I trained her. She trained awesome. On the right line a little bit. We did her knees the other day, much better in that regard. A little something biting her right hind. Nothing major. I think probably just a lower hock or something. Nothing serious. So we got to get that done. Took Ollie to baseball. After that, came back. The barn is full of owners, which is great. This is Jack Rod. It's going to be our newest client here at TheStable.ca. And I just happened to ask Jack off camera. I said, you know, how long has it been since you owned a horse? You're 50 years? Yeah. Has not owned a racehorse in 50 years. Has been an avid follower of racing, and one of his friends. How did you know Diane?
From Port Perry.
From Port Perry. So one of our clients, Diane, is good friends with you, and Jack decided he wanted to get involved with us, and I'm glad you did. You know, I'm glad you are going to, because I love stories like this. I mean, this is the big thing, is that this industry has lost so many good people
for sure
over the last over the last decades, obviously, and with no way to get them back. And maybe you would have bought horses with somebody else if TheStable.ca wasn't here. I have no idea, but being able to attract people and giving somebody like you a reason to get back into racing after a half a century is really something else. And that is, for me, I love stories like this. And I know Mark Treffy's over there. He's pretending he doesn't know what we're doing. Look at him. Look at him. He desperately wants to get on camera. I'm going to have to get him on camera at some point. But what a great week. As of right now, this means absolutely nothing. I'm going to give it to you just so, I'm going to give you one little tidbit just so everybody can have a little smile. But trust me when I tell you it means nothing. As of right now, in Canada, June, what's that day, 16th?
Yeah.
June 16th, 2018, we have the fastest pacer and the fastest trotter qualified in Canada right now, which means nothing, absolutely nothing. But at the end of the day, we also took 39 babies to the track in the last 14 days, 15 days, and 36 of them qualified. 3 made breaks, 1 pacer made a break, 2 trotters, just green breaks. Now the pacer, I'm going to tell you, I'd never say Cher's name. I got to get rid of this horse. I'm going to talk about him later. He's on my list. He's going to have to find a new address, I think. A bad attitude. There's too many people that work hard in this barn right now. They have horses in here that don't want to. So that fellow's going to have to go. But overall, it's been a tremendous week. I looked down the list of horses. Now, I just said that in joking. In all seriousness, we'll talk about the horse in a few minutes. But we broke 57. Broke 57 babies. We sent 4 out. Like 1 went to Indiana already. We sent 2, Let It Ride, sent 2 horses to Ross Krogan in the States. And then the horse you're asking about, Mr. Capers, swimming at Travis Henry's. Of the 53 that we had left, I think we have a direct route for 46 of them to qualify in the next 10 days. And those other 7, I will believe. Now, the other 7, 3 of them, I guarantee you, will qualify this year unless they hurt themselves at some point. They're ready to go. I turned them out just to mature. Those other 4, you know, a couple of them are a little small. Some of them are neat. One of them, their knees was wide open. The other guy was just immature. We just gave them time to mature. So of the 53 we had left, that at no fault of our own, the other ones didn't leave because they broke down or got hurt or died. They just had 53 left. Of those 53, I truly believe all 53 will have qualifying lines in 2018.
That's good.
And it has nothing to do with me, maybe a little bit, but not that much. It has everything to do with the people in that barn.
They work for you.
They work their ass off in there. The horses in there and the people in that barn right there work an incredible amount, and it shows up on the track.
Oh, sure it does.
And I mean, for me, you know, when you see a horse like See You in Tuscany, that was like 40th on our list. If I gave you a list 1 through 53 3 weeks ago, See You in Tuscany would come in somewhere around 40th. Not because he's a bad horse, just because he was a little sick in the winter. He trained down okay, but he was never flashy.
No.
He looked good. You saw him on the track, say, oh, he looks good. But he was never flashy.
No.
He went out and qualified in 55 as easy as any horse I've seen do it. Come half in 55 and 1. And then White Tiger yesterday, it's funny. It's funny because my father, watches horses nonstop. Been involved with racing, pushed Mark and I, when most parents would have said, don't you dare. You know, my father and mother realized, 1, that we had a passion for horse racing, and maybe 2, that we were going no matter what they said. So they stood behind us, and my father is always the very conservative horseman. You know, race them all from the back. You know, don't move them. And you see that in the way my brother James. Now, thank God for James, he emulates Mark more than he does me. So they're always closing hard in the end, closing hard in the end, closing hard in the end. For me, I like to be up near their base. You know, and other babies, I like to see them closing also. But I want to teach them how to learn how to be effective.
That's right.
And I don't know if our horses are the best, but I want them to be the smartest. I want them to be the most educated. And I want them to be the most ready to win when we need them to on race night. And for me, like White Tiger yesterday was a little aggressive. So rather than fight with him and put him on the run, I just let him roll out of there. He went wire to wire last half, 57, last quarter, and 28 and 4 mile, 57 and 4. So I'm talking to my father this morning, and he doesn't mention White Tiger. Like the astonishing mile this horse went. And my father, like if I won the maiden at Georgian tonight, he'd call right after the race or text me, great race, horse race good, you drove him good, great job. Doesn't say a word about White Tiger. So we're just about to hang up, and I said, hey, I'm assuming you're not going to talk about White Tiger because he won gate to wire. Oh, yeah, no, he was really, really good. He wanted to play it off, you know. But White Tiger is probably one of the most impressive horses to walk out of our door. Well, might have forever. You know, Lawmaker was a great horse and is a great horse and is racing tight and trotted in 53 flat last week. But Lawmaker this time of year trotted in 2 minutes. You know, 2-1. And everybody's like, geez, he's a really nice horse. This colt just went out there and played. And I mean played in 57 and 4. His only problem is Lawmaker's extremely intelligent. You know, a tactical wizard as far as horses. He knows when you ask him to leave and then drop him in a hole, he'll sit. He's smart. White Tiger's all his wires don't connect to the other end properly sometimes, and that's why, like, white tigers shouldn't have hobbles on. The only reason we have them on is because he'll just see a bird or hear something or hear a voice in his head and he'll run. Not on purpose, he'll get out of gear, but then, you know, you can't have horses doing that. In this day and age when they have to go so fast so early, I can't have a horse that needs to be coddled in that manner. If you do, what you're saying is, my trotter is that much better than yours that you can have yours as good as you want, and I don't have to have mine great and he'll still do well. And for me, I just don't think, we got some nice horses, but we don't have that type of horses. Here's another one of our clients here.
Sorry,
what's going on, Daryl? You're not interrupting me at all.
The tickets, have you got any left? Or?
Yeah, I can hook you up with one, with two, three. Just, I'll tell you what I have to do. So I sent an email out. I don't know how many tickets they gave me, 15 to 25, something like that. And I didn't really know who to give them to. So I just sent an email out and said, hey, I have some tickets left. I don't know how many I have, but yeah, you're welcome to have 3 for sure. I do have to print them off, though, and I don't know how to do that. So can I meet you before the races somewhere?
Meet you somewhere,
yeah. So we're gonna we got some. Thank God we got Lawmaker in the final night. So Woodbine gave us some tickets, and you have to print them off through Ticketmaster. I don't know how to do it.
So maybe if you can text me.
Well, we have a table set up at Mohawk.
You do?
Yeah, we're gonna have a table set up at Mohawk. Inside. No, yeah, right in the foyer there. They got a few tables. We're gonna be in there.
Oh,
so I'll put the tickets.
Yeah,
I'll meet you guys down there around 5:30ish. Okay, is that all right?
Yeah, 5:30. Yeah.
If it's too early for you, I can leave the tickets there.
Yeah, I'll just.
So we'll make it like will call.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that'll work. So you're down just past Tim Hortons somewhere.
Yeah, Eric, climb in.
I gotta go. My wife.
We got the camera. This is the video. The video. Say hello.
Hey, how's it going there, guys?
Another one of our newest owners. Now, just so they know, how many horses did you own before you met us? 0. This guy here?
5 winners now.
Do you know, really? Do you know this guy, do you know when the last time he owned a horse was?
No.
A half a century ago.
Oh.
So I got a gentleman here to my left, never owned a horse in his life before he got involved with TheStable.ca. Another gentleman here that, well, just to make it clear, I was -9 the last time you owned a horse.
Yeah.
50 years ago. So anyway, this is what makes TheStable.ca the best fractional ownership stable on earth, by the way. I haven't been keeping really close count, but I believe, if I'm not mistaken, Mr. Rod here is number 450. 450 people in 10 countries own horses with TheStable.ca now. Well, soon. But yeah, we'll leave them at the table for you. All right. Okay. Just send me a text to remind me though, because I know I looked at my email and said, "Hey, any tickets? Hey, any tickets?" I knew that was going to happen, but
I happened to be driving by. That's why I stopped in.
Nope, not a problem at all.
Okay.
All right.
I'll catch you later.
All right, man. See, a horse was good yesterday, maintenance man.
3rd. Yeah,
but very, very good. Just needs another 3 fast miles. I'm going to take him to the clinic on. We'll talk about that too. I'm going to take maintenance man to the clinic whenever Kirby was getting an appointment. Got 3 horses to take up, just to mildly well, nothing serious, but still on the right line a little bit. Pace last quarter 27, last half 56. You go in and look at him though, he's still flabby. You know, he needs to turn that into muscle. It's going to take another 3 or 4 hard miles for him to get battle tested. Yep.
When's his first test?
First stake race will either be a week before the Gold or be another 3 weeks away.
3 weeks?
I want to at least qualify him once more and school him once more hard to really get him in shape.
And West?
West probably might race Thursday.
This Thursday?
Yeah, I didn't tell anybody that. You're spoiling the video.
Must have paused.
So yeah, so we got. I see they have some 2-year-old races written for Thursday, and that one will probably Mohawk.
This Thursday.
Yeah, that one will probably suit them well. Now, historically speaking, they never fill them, but sometimes they do. I doubt they'll go with pacing colts, pacing fillies, trotting. What they'll usually do is combine the pacing fillies and colts, and the trotting fillies and colts. So you'll have, rather than 4 races, you'll have 2 if you're lucky. So we'll see what we got. I don't think any of our pacing fillies are ready to tangle with the likes of what might be in at Mohawk yet. So that's fine with me. But we do have some pacing colts that are ready to go, and we do have West 52nd to be ready for that class.
He's a trotter.
Yeah, but he'll go in with the trotters. Fillies and colts.
Possibly this Thursday?
Possibly.
Okay.
Don't hold me to it because I'm not the race secretary, but we are probably going to enter him this Thursday. All right?
Okay, good.
All right, I'll see you tonight. Yep.
That's good.
Yep. So we'll be back in a minute. Just a little overview. We had an unbelievable good week. Last 2 weeks, really. We had all these babies qualify.
We had 3 that one day.
Yeah. And then Cruising in Style got the shit kicked out of him, but he was sick. What are you going to do? It happens.
Oh, yeah.
The biggest thing now for Andrew is to get him cleaned up. He's obviously not going to be ready for the Beal Memorial in the Poconos. And whether Lawmaker, we have two paths.
Yeah.
He races really good tonight, and he heads to the Beal in the Poconos, which is 3 weeks in the final.
Is that right?
Or we don't send him, and we race him in the straight now when it's the 3, where he should maul them at Mohawk. So, depending on how he races tonight, I suspect he'll race good tonight. He's really sharp right now. He's coming off a big mile his first start. He had a great week. He trained awesome. He's sounder now than he was last week. His back, what happened was he got cast in the stall about 5-6 weeks ago, and his front leg filled up. So we're feverishly trying to make sure this leg cleans out and get the bruising out of it.
The one that I seen first there?
Yeah. And then what happened was, because we were going so easy on him, we didn't notice, because we didn't give him any speed. He had tore a little muscle over his back on his left hind, and it was really sore. So we actually bought a machine. It's like a drill, but it's like a this thing, and it massages over his back. And we had a massage therapist come in, and anyway, I really didn't know. Last week, I couldn't be more blind than I was going into the race. I had no idea if he'd be good, bad, or otherwise, and he just went out and trotted the best mile of his life in the most incredible fashion. I was really happy with him. So we got Lawmaker tonight. This is Monday, so obviously 2 days ago. We got Lawmaker tonight. Cruising in Style was a little poor. Holding steady. First, TheStable.ca had a lot of firsts this year. Now, we also won the first stake race of 2018 for a 2-year-old. Last night, our Gray, Roan, holding steady. He won in 59 last quarter in 28. They went for $30,000 in the Illinois Sire Stakes. So the first 2-year-old event held in North America, we were victorious in race 1 last night. So he raced great. We have the 2 trotting fillies in on Sunday, Ivanka and Not an Angel. I'm flying out to Chicago tomorrow morning to drive those horses and then come back. And then what do we have?
Anyway.
Yeah. Anyway, I will. It was great to meet you again. Send me an email and I'll send you out all that stuff, and we'll talk later on today. All right?
Yep.
All right. It was great to meet you, sir.
Okay. Thanks a lot.
So that was Jack Rod.
Yep.
He's going to be one of our newest client here. He's looking at getting the rest of the shares of Mr. Caper and buying some Ontario breds. Really wants to buy some Ontario breds. Now Ollie's going to... Hold on, Ollie. I'm doing my video, buddy.
Hi.
Do you want to come in and tell everybody how good you did at baseball? Come on in. Come on in.
Just for 1 sec.
Just for 1 sec? Just a short little video?
Yeah, just 1 sec.
What's your favorite part of baseball?
That I hit a triple home run to third base.
A triple home run to third base. That's pretty good. I think what you meant to say is you hit a triple. Just a triple. We're going to leave the home run part out. Right? You did some catching. You did some fielding. You got some dirt on your face, and then you ate at Dairy Queen. Anyway, it's been a great 2 weeks here at the stable. I'll be right back in a minute. We'll get into the racehorses. We'll get into... Now, I made up some lists. I changed it up a little bit again this week. I don't know where I did it. Oh, here it is. So, I made up a little top 10 this week. Just this week. This qualifying week. Who I thought were the 10 best that we sent behind the gate. We sent 19 behind the gate. I'll give you my top... No, I'm going to make it top 5. I'm going to make it top 5. Top 5 from this week. Top 10 overall. And the horses that I think are the most improved. Horses that either snuck up on me like See You in Tuscany did last week. Horses like Too Far Gone, who looked really good. They might make this list also. Horses that really intrigued me. I didn't know how they'd be, and they were very good. So I'll be back in a minute. Race horses, top 5, top 10, most improved horses. Little roundup, and get you out of here. Take care.